The under-19s, we're about to rock and roll, folks. We've got the New South Wales City kicking off, going around today against Western Australia in our final Pool A clash before Pool B, and then we'll launch into our final game at 3 o'clock today between New South Wales Rugby League Country and South Australia. So a big win yesterday to New South Wales Rugby League City, going down. Victoria went right down actually to the team on the right hand side of the screen by a margin of 42 points to nil. Today they tackle the folks from Western Australia. Speaking of Western Australia, they're coming outside their own 40 now, running straight there into Wilson. It was Brianna Young taking the hit up for WA. Look for the kick just outside the 40. Nice placement of the footy. Splitting the fullback and the winger, but Hiku, she was dangerous yesterday, and today will be no different. Now there's a tiny knock on here. She was about to play it back. There it is there. Just putting the foot down before putting it boot to ball. So if you just tuned in for the very first time, we play 20-minute halves, 40 minutes the match duration. We've had 2 minutes thanks to our Harvey Norman scoreboard. Now it's on the ground. New South Wales City, they look to go away and collect it, but Wilson couldn't quite bring it back into her possession. There's Wilson again in the big tackle along there with Davaga. So they're 40 metres out here, Western Australia. Here's the captain. This is Adele. Switching it now from the right to the left. Great shift of the footy. There's Hopkins. Here's Tara. Welcome to the championships. Lined them up and went bang, didn't they? They're on Glassy. Here's Leddington. So this is the last. Leddington just goes straight through her. Dived on by City. Taking play out towards the 30-metre line. Now we see Zokas. Goes for a dig from acting half. There's Hiku. Straight through the middle. Support there. New South Wales Rugby League City offloading. Wilson delivers and Cass finishes it off. Great play. Hiku instrumental. Take a look at this. Great shift. Supporting one another again, and Zoe Cass untouched. Well done, Zoe. So Jessica Wheeler now for New South Wales. Very tough assignment under these galing winds that she's about to face with this kick. And it heads to the right-hand side towards the Redcliffe Dolphins Rugby League Club, actually. What a great complex. What a great site. Of course, they've spent close to $25 million on the reconfiguration of this great ground. Of course, the club right next to the Oval. Of course, home of the Redcliffe Dolphins in the Intrust Super Premiership. Of course, you'll be able to watch the Intrust Super Premiership this weekend on QRL.com. Queensland Rugby League taking it on the road. Heading up to Mackay and also in Rockhampton. Huge weekend on Queensland Rugby League as New South Wales take play outside their own 30-metre line. Taken down there by Pekuyu. Plenty of spring in their step, as you'd expect, coming off a thumping victory over Victoria yesterday, New South Wales. 42 points to 0. So they keep on keeping on. Here's a beautiful shift again. Here's Cass. Comes across field. Here's Hopkins. And they see this ball go over the dead ball line. We'll come back out to the 20 for the tap restart. The under-19s from Western Australia. There's Midson with number 15 on her back, just waiting for the footy. She's about to see her side take the tap, and we're about to rumble again. You're watching live and exclusive coverage on NRL.com. Our major sponsor, thanks to Harvey Norman, proudly supporting the Women's National Championships. For the best innovation, lifestyle and technology solutions, visit harveynorman.com.au. So just short of the halfway line here, Western Australia. The captain's got it. In Fala. Goes a couple of metres inside the New South Wales end of the park. 12 minutes remaining in the first half. This is game 7. We've been on air since 9:30 this morning. 2 clashes left in Pool B. Our next clash will be the QRL Rubies taking on Northern Territory. And at 3 o'clock this afternoon, New South Wales Rugby League Country will be here taking on South Australia. So all our under-19 Pool B and Pool A games, 2 20-minute halves, 40-minute durations. And we'd also like to express a great gratitude to what the Indigenous Invitational side has also brought to this championships. The First Nations Gems. They are on fire after day 2. We look forward to seeing them again tomorrow. And of course, can they make history and go through to grand final footy? There's Hopkins. Back to Dimmick. Nice pass over the top to Varga, but it's gone forward. The referee has said. So there's the girls on screen. There's to Varga. There's that floater that went to her, but just didn't quite go the way at the last moment. So we've stopped the clock here with just under 10 minutes remaining. But don't forget, folks, get your tickets for the State of Origin, the ample State of Origin. The same rivalry, our way. That's the slogan. On the 25th of June, up at the Sunshine Coast Stadium. Tickets, of course, head across to nrl.com/tickets. It'll be a big occasion, big telecast. We just can't wait to the countdown to the 25th of June. It's on again for young and old. And this is where it all starts with the championships, of course, from grassroots to rising stars and all the way through to our elite athletes. The NRL supporting each pathway system, doing a tremendous job in partnership with Harvey Norman. As the Western Australians, the teenagers, 17, 18, 19 years of age, as we see a tiny knock on here. So this is a chance now for New South Wales City. Harvey Norman replay. There's the fumble at the play the ball. You cannot allow an opportunity like this for New South Wales City and come away empty-handed. Here's Hope Tafaga. Given back away now from Wilson. Good leg speed. Sherrington, the captain. Hennessy, too big, too strong. There's your try to the big bustling prop. Well, we just spoke about you cannot allow opportunity to New South Wales Rugby League City, and that's why. Big Hennessy, well done. We've come to know her in the Harvey Norman Monday Night Premiership as the centre of excellence over the last couple of years. And there's the kick, and it is successful. So they've hit double fidgets, 10-0. As we head inside the remaining 8 minutes of this one on a very warm afternoon here in Queensland, as you'd expect. Just looking at our NRL.com weather wall, 27 degrees. Could probably make out to be over 30 on the playing surface. We spoke about the breeze. Well, that's coming away from the northern end in the first half of footy, but definitely not a cool breeze. If anything, it's a warm breeze behind these gales that are coming across the ground from the bay, which is situated within about 900 metres of our venue here today at Moreton Daily Stadium. And just a reminder, we'll be live on air tomorrow, the telecast from 9:30 in the morning as well. Another bumper-packed edition on NRL.com. And then grand final day on Sunday. Let everybody know. Here's an intercept. They went for it, didn't they? Morgan. Well, she was looking to set sail down the other end of the park. Well, the pass was intended to go to Hiku. So Yararamua putting it in. Cherrington offloads. Hopkins delivers. Strong, bustling run through the middle. They're on a roll. Oh, it's contagious. So a fresh set coming their way. Hennessy offloads. Wilson over the line. Has she got it down? You bet she has. You bet she has. Never in doubt, was it? Of course it wasn't. Too close to the line on that occasion. Take a look at this. That was why they got here on this occasion. That tremendous run by Big Hennessy. Big frame, but couldn't prevent the offload. Good stuff. And now we see Jessica Whelan with the opportunity to convert the try. It's a great carnival of atmosphere around the ground. Great buzz. Here's the kick. It's sensational, straight between the posts. So 14 plays nil. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the first half of footy. So 16 points coming to New South Wales City in the first 16 minutes of footy. Let's not forget they had an enormous victory yesterday over Victoria. Notched up more than 40 points. 42 points to nil, in fact. They got the double, New South Wales Rugby League country as well, getting up over the Northern Territory. Country did well, 28 points to nil. Likewise, the Sapphires over Western Australia yesterday, notched up 44, and congratulations to the Queensland Rugby League Rubies. The biggest points of the match of the carnival so far. A mammoth 66 points to nil over South Australia. And we'll see the Rubies take to the field here against the Northern Territory today at 2 o'clock as well. In our second last game on day 2 of the National Championships. Hopkins. You know her from the Harvey Norman Women's Premiership again. The lady with the ball. She was upended. Not before she was able to put in the kick downfield. Dropping back in there to second marker. Now away from Thompson. Time into Varkey. Here's to Viga. Nice tackle over the top there by Yarangamua. Playing in jersey number 6 here today for New South Wales City. Good cover there by Tegan Dimmick. Going back now to Hinaki. Now this is Hecky. And it was the last tackle here. So it's going to be an easy turnover back to New South Wales Rugby League side from the city. Of course, New South Wales. 2 sides in this competition, City versus Country. And also on Wednesday, we've got another City versus Country clash coming up. The New South Wales Rugby League Police Force are hosting their annual City versus Country clash out at Glen Willow in Mudgee. So a big week coming up for New South Wales Rugby League as the ball now comes back away now to Varkey. She's close, isn't she? Right on the line. Are they about to put another try on the bill? Yes, they are. Oh, it's gone forward. Claps all around by Western Australia. Well, they got close, but it was this pass, this one here, that was ruled forward. And called back by our officials. So just over 1 minute remaining in the first half of footy. We'll take a break after this, and we'll come back for the final 20. It's all in front of Western Australia, isn't it? Of course, Western Australia went down yesterday to the Sapphires, 44 points to nil. So credit to Western Australia, of course, keeping New South Wales City leading into half-time only to 16 points. They're giving them a run for their money, that's for sure. Big boppers. That was Cassidy. Just beyond the 30-metre line. There's Tegan Dimmick. Here come the commentary edge. Yaramanamoa stopping Western Australia from going beyond the 40-metre line. So this is Hecky. Oh, she's a bit aggressive here, Hecky. Yes, penalty away from her on the bell. She wasn't happy. We might be able to have another look at that if we do have the opportunity. But she was fired up, wasn't she? Fired up big time. But unfortunately, it's backfired. Here goes the kick now. Yaramua with the kick and chase. Ball's on the ground. And the siren goes in the background. So that's half-time here, folks. Half-time as we have a look here to just see exactly what was going on there. Well, we might have to ask Hopkins, just trying to break away from the tackle, wasn't she? Big Hecky, but referee wasn't convinced. So that is half-time, folks. We'll take a break here from the Harvey Norman National Championships. It's lunchtime in the commentary box, and it's New South Wales City leading by 16 points to nil over Western Australia. We'll be back soon. And our live stream brought to you by the NRL.com digital arm. Back in Sydney, but New South Wales City leading by 16 points to nil. And if you just clicked onto our stream, 20 minutes left in this clash. 40 minutes duration, of course. Coming your way at 2 o'clock, we'll see the Queensland Rubies going around against the Northern Territory. And then at 3 o'clock to finish it off today, New South Wales Rugby League country will play South Australia. But here's Hiku. What a tournament she's having so far. Very lethal from the back. Great chat. Great live wire. Yaranamua. Damaging. Now that could well be... No. I was about to say could well have been play on. But she didn't call the advantage. So we're going to have a look at the replay. But they're going to get the ball back here. The referee is pointing to a New South Wales City feed. So danger certainly not gone here for Western Australia. So there's Hopkins giving direction for Hiku to go across into the middle of the field. Yaramamua under the post. We'll talk about a scrum move. Here it is. The big don't argue, the big dummy, and the big swan dive for the 5/8 of New South Wales City. Louisa Yaramua. Well done. First try of the second half. For City. The yellow flags go up. It can only mean one thing, successful conversion. So it's 22-0 thanks to the Harvey Norman scoreboard. Yeah, tomorrow, folks, day 3 of the tournament will get underway from 9:30. We'll have 5 open women's games, 20 minutes in duration. The Queensland Rugby League Sapphires will host New South Wales Rugby League City. We look forward to seeing that one at midday. And at 1 o'clock, Western Australia will go around against Victoria. And then day 4, the action just keeps on heating up. It'll be a hot day on Sunday too. Just looking at the Bureau, we're aiming for 29 degrees here in Redcliffe on Sunday afternoon around game time of our grand finals. So on day 4 we'll have the Open Age National Final at midday. That'll be first versus second. And then at 1:15 the Under-19s National Final between the first Pool A side and whoever finished first in Pool B. So let everybody know that Moreton Daily Stadium, if you're in and around Redcliffe, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, the destination for all your rugby league needs over the next 3 days. There's a penalty here to City, and on report too. Well, we haven't seen many incidents on report here. Look for the kick into touch. Finds the line 10 metres inside Western Australia's territory. As I say, we're absolutely blessed to be in this part of the world for our national championship. Of course, Moreton Bay region is one of Australia's greatest rugby league heartlands. Speaking of a play with full of heart, over they go, Big Varkey. Well done, Varkey. She's been outstanding all from the get-go, and she's finished this off. There was a flat pass, but don't worry about that. Worry about this, especially if you're the fullback. No hope in stopping her. She's gliding like a bird towards the post, and she got there. Well done. 26-0 thanks to our friends at Harvey Norman. Well, we were just speaking about the Moreton Bay region and what a great partnership they've been able to come up with the mayor here in this area, in Peter Flannery. He's done a tremendous job with the Chief Executive Officer of the National Rugby League, and to put this together, it's a huge logistical exercise. But everyone is just so delighted that the championships have expanded to 14 teams, more than 300 players from New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria, South Australia, Western Australia, and of course the Australian Defence Force joining our Indigenous Invitational side for the very first time as well, the first National Gems. And doesn't it just highlight the growth? It highlights how fast the women's game is growing right across Australia. It's definitely a key part to the National Female Pathway Strategy. That strategy, of course, is providing players from right across the country the terrific opportunity to showcase their talents and potentially reach the NRLW. As New South Wales rocket up to the halfway line. Good go forward. Here's Hopkins. What a damaging player. Damaging run. No doubt the talent scouts in here today. I'd just like to know how big their book is. Plenty of talent. Oozing with youthfulness. Oozing with opportunity. Look at this opportunity unfolding for City. And Dimmock Tegan Dimmick next to the post. And put it down to the 5/8. Sensational. Brilliant work. 32-0 on the Harvey Norman scoreboard. Well, that's what opportunity does to you, folks. You've got to create your own opportunities. Doesn't matter how you get opportunity. You've just got to know the pathways, know the system. Doesn't matter if you're rugby league or you're a cameraman. You've just got to be in the know of how it all comes together. It's the puzzle, the puzzles of life. Doesn't matter what occupation you do, follow your heart, follow your dreams, and those dreams may come true. Stellar kick. What an opportunity right here on the screens of NRL.com for these athletes to be noticed. 34-0. New South Wales over Western Australia. And I guess what we're talking about is the grassroots to the rising stars all the way through to the elite athletes. Doesn't matter where you are right now watching our coverage, or you may be a youngster dreaming about a career as a woman in rugby league. Well, dreams are on the line. Dreams can come true. You've got to start somewhere. Grab a footy, head out into the backyard, and basically have a go. Join an association, get the runs on the board, and you may be one day right here in the championships. And then the pathways. The sky's the limit. Harvey Norman doing great things. Here's Heku trying to open them up, as she's been doing since the get-go. Back to Kennedy. Takes play down towards the 40-metre line. They spin it now again through Hopkins. Great ball. Here's another one coming. Robinson throws the dummy. Andy Robinson. She loves it. And this is why she loves it. Look at this big hole. She had the chance to offload it to Whelan. She didn't need to. She knew what she had to do to get over, and that's her 4th try of the tournament. To Robinson. So here's Whelan with the wind behind her. She's keeping it alive, but high enough to get over the crossbar. When you're on, you're on. And New South Wales Rugby League City clocking up 40 points over their opposition in Western Australia. So we're back underway here at the championships. Just under 7 minutes to go. As City again look to thump this kick over the top. in towards the in-goal area. Glassie's got to go away and batter it over the dead ball line. She had no other choice, did she? It was just a pinpoint kick to perfection. Just take a look at this almighty thump. Look at the chasers also coming through there by Hopkins. But she couldn't do anything else, could she? But to give City another sniff with the footy through the goal line, drop out here. So the goal line dropout will take place under the afternoon shadows of the sun. Quite contrast the shadows and the beautiful green grass that we've got here at the stadium. Here's Hiku putting all the contrast together for another one. Chasing the sun is Hiku. And it all came from this. There's the gap. And there's the pure strength. Gets her second try of the tournament. The fullback. And there is our try scorer on her way back to halfway to celebrate what is becoming a bit of a cricket score here against Western Australia. They've gone past yesterday's margin of 42 points to nil over Victoria. Here's the kick from the sideline. And had the right direction, just lacked a little bit of oomph, but nonetheless, New South Wales City, they're looking good here, aren't they? 44 points to nil here at the 2021 Harvey Norman National Championships here on day 2. Day 3 gets underway tomorrow. 7 more hours of non-stop rugby league. And then grand final day on Sunday. And don't forget too, coming up, got the BHP Premiership tomorrow. We look forward to that one on QRL.com from 20 past 12. We're heading down to Seabus Stadium on the Gold Coast. We get to see the Burleigh Bears go around in that one against an almighty opposition. And Tony Norris, of course, the coach of the Burleigh Bears, who is also the coach of the Queensland Rugby League women's side. And we wish her all the best, not just tomorrow, but for what is ahead. The State of Origin women's game not far away as well. This is Kennedy. Given back away now to the left-hand side. Are they going to have a bit of a shepherd here? No, says the referee. No obstruction. It's still on. They're lining up. Who wants it now? Duckett. Seaches, give the ball to me. And she weaves away over. 44 points to nil. Here it is here for New South Wales City. It's turning into a bit of a training run now for the girls from the south. Loving their time up here in the glorious Queensland sunshine. As we spoke earlier in the show to Helbig, she was just so pleased to be here in Queensland. She said that this time of the year in South Australia was doing nothing for her tan, so I wonder how she's going. We might just keep an eye on if we can spot her in the grandstand soon. Hope she's slapping that sunscreen on. Here's the chance now for Whelan to convert the Duckett try. Right boot striker at the footy, looks good off the boot. But the judges wave the flags down. So no change, 2 points off 50, 48-0. New South Wales City over Western Australia. You're watching NRL.com's live and exclusive coverage thanks to Harvey Norman. Doing great things for the women's game. As I said, a huge logistical exercise to get more than 300 players from right across our great country to be here for the championships. As you'd expect, it's not a cheap exercise, but thanks to the advertisers, it's one thing that you've got to not worry about. All that's being taken care of. And of course, NRL.com providing our live stream today. Wherever you're watching our coverage, we say welcome. I've had texts throughout the morning that our coverage, as we see a penalty here going to City, there's fans and family watching from New Zealand on the bus. You name it. With live technology, anywhere, anytime. And that's the great advantage of live streaming live sport, especially rugby league. Doesn't matter where you are. As long as you've got an internet connection, you are on the money. As we see now the ball coming back there now to the big number 12. There is Wilson trying to barge away forward. Here's Kennard. She wants a try. Comes back there now to the left. They're keeping it alive. They've had success here, and they're about to have success nearly again. Last tackle now. It's still onto the left. It's off the boot. It should be play on. There's no knock-ons involved. It's just a matter of doing your best, and that's exactly what they do. And now there's a penalty here for New South Wales City. So with 20 seconds remaining, are they able to have a half century to their name? Here's Vaki inching her way close to the line. Spins it back there now to the big number 15. Oh, big hit over the top there. That is Kennedy. Siren's gone in the background. And the referee has called this one up. So congratulations to New South Wales City. Big effort. We say thank you to Western Australia, but it's New South Wales City victorious today by 48 points to 0 over Western Australia. We'll take a break, folks, and we will be back with Pool B.